Hey everybody, my improvement project is called Project Meal Plan. First, I will address the issue of my meal choices and the factors that influence my decisions between meal prepping services versus traditional grocery shopping and then home cooking through the problem statement. This project encompasses a holistic analysis of my preferences as a consumer and then time constraints to financial considerations. I will go through the performance improvement steps with the performance measures I used. And finally, I will show through the Focus PDSA framework through each step of plan, do, study, and act, how I found a meal service that accommodates the finances and the time constraints that I'm under. When I started graduate school 2.5 years ago, I was always scrambling to find something to eat that was not only delicious, but gluten and dairy free and didn't take a long time to plan and prepare. So this assignment created a perfect time for me to research for myself once and for all. My problem statement reflects the issue at hand. So it states, I'm a full-time student and employee, and I have a little time to make smart, workable decisions about what I eat at home. Therefore, I want to research meal prepping service plans offering nutritious options versus the time and effort it takes to buy groceries, prep, and prepare meals that are financially feasible. So this project required that I used qualitative and quantitative performance improvement tools to determine the problem, collect the data, and measure and monitor the performance. I used high-level flowcharts and a bar chart as well. The flowcharts show the steps involved in meal prepping food services like HelloFresh and Factor and traditional grocery shopping at Walmart. So in choosing the meals for the HelloFresh and Factor meals, I reviewed the service's online catalog of pre-made meals and meal packages, and then I decided what meals I wanted to eat each day that week. I entered my orders online for the HelloFresh option, and they were delivered to my doorstep with all the necessary ingredients, recipe cards, and cooking instructions. And for the Factor option, they were individually wrapped meals packaged together and delivered. For preparation for HelloFresh, I prepared the meals at home by following the recipes offered with detailed instructions, and the ingredients may need to be chopped and cooked for the HelloFresh option. However, in the Factor option, it was as simple as removing a seal and heating it in the microwave. The time to prepare dinner might vary from 5 minutes to 30 minutes. So the price may be greater than regular grocery shopping, but the time and money saved may be worth it. So in the traditional grocery shopping at Walmart flowchart, I do a lot of my preparation for my meals with a meal planning. That's the process I use. So I get online with Walmart's pre-order service when I grocery shop, prepared with a list I have made based on my meal plan. Then I go to the curbside and pick the items up that I ordered. So once I've returned home with the groceries, I'll unpack them, prepare the ingredients, wash, cut, etc. And then I prepare my meals from scratch. From quick and easy to more complex recipes, cooking times can range greatly. So the average time I spend cooking dinner that I have prepared is about 15 minutes. And the cost involved in this is while going to the grocery store is a good way to save money, initially it can cost more in terms of time. I have researched different meal services and grocery store options available based on price and location of the grocery store pick. So after preparing prices from meal services and grocery stores, I chose HelloFresh and Factor for meal prep services and Walmart for the grocery store to compare the average quality, time, and cost in the do phase, which is what I'm going to talk about next. In the do stage, I subscribed to the two top meal services and I tried each to see which one I like compared to my home cooked meals with Walmart grocery shopping. Each service has specific details that I want to explain. HelloFresh offers a meal subscription service that provides customers with precisely measured ingredients accompanied by recipes and nutritional details. Every meal kit is equipped with all the necessary ingredients, eliminating the need to make a visit to the grocery store. Factor is a meal subscription service that allows you to pick your pre-made, individually wrapped meals, so no prep is involved with this service. And finally, I would shop for the ingredients at Walmart, which would involve planning, shopping, preparation, and cooking. So this option is obviously just food. So, based on the comparative analysis that I did and the available data, it is evident that buying my own groceries and cooking at home is more cost effective. Utilizing a meal prep service may be relatively costly, however, it offers the advantage of saving time. The selection of services is contingent upon various factors such as time constraints, quality, and financial feasibility. I have split up the data into two charts, one for cost and one for minutes of time used per week. The first thing I discovered when researching meal services is that all of them offered a discount when you first sign up. However, after the initial discounts, the price goes up significantly, which is reflected in the chart. For example, HelloFresh had an initial cost of $3.99 per serving, but after the trial, it went up to $8.99 per serving. Factor started out at $5.50 per meal and went up to $10.99 per meal afterward. And then a Walmart meal would be $4.57 per serving across the board. The second chart shows the time in minutes for each service, including order time, meal prep time, and cook time. The time is based on a total of 5 days a week in minutes because those are the number of days I work and go to school. HelloFresh took 105 minutes per week, which translates to 1 hour and 45 minutes. Walmart took 260 minutes or 4 hours and 20 minutes each week, and Factor took an average of 60 minutes per week. Data analysis in the study phase gave me the following pros and cons of each service used. The pros for HelloFresh were the food I received in the mail was packaged to stay fresh until it arrived to me. The food was also delicious as long as the meal card was followed properly. The meal prep card was easy to follow and it made cooking the meal very easy. I really liked the fact that I had everything I needed in one box and it made it really convenient. The cons were that it still required me to cook and clean up after the meal, and it was more expensive than traditional grocery shopping. So I was definitely paying for them to gather my ingredients to cook. The pros for Factor were that it was nutritious food. It was also pre-made, which was awesome because I just heated it up and I didn't have to get any pots and pans out or cooking utensils. That being said, I had no cleanup either, which gave me more time to relax between work and school projects. The cons were that Factor was the most expensive option of all of them, and that adds up over weeks and months. I also didn't necessarily love the taste because it wasn't homemade. Since it was pre-made, it was already cooked. I'm sure it was frozen at some point, so I don't know how old the food was that I got. That made me wonder if it was any better than just buying a frozen meal at the grocery store. Finally, the pros of Walmart are that they always have a large variety of choices for meal prep. I can usually find dairy-free and gluten-free options for things with those contents in them, and it was also by far the cheapest option. The cons were that it took a lot of time to prep and plan my meals because I had to consider how much I would cook and what ingredients I needed. And once the cooking was done, I had to clean up. So if this option were to be chosen, I would probably prepare several meals ahead of time, all in one day to keep from having to cook and clean up every single time and every day. After the study phase was concluded, I proceeded with the implementation of strategies aimed at enhancing and refining my methods. A meal prep service may be considered an expensive luxury, but it can save a lot of time in the long run. Keeping in mind the above-mentioned considerations of time, cost, and quality, HelloFresh meals were enjoyable to make because I had everything I needed in front of me, but I still had to cook the meal and clean up afterward. Walmart was the cheapest option, but if saving time is the goal, then regardless of cost savings, it did not improve the issue. Factor was the clear winner because overall it saved me time and took the guesswork out of what I would eat each day. It also freed up time to do other activities and focus on my last semester of school. Once I graduate in the spring, I will probably use HelloFresh because it saved me time. It was less expensive. I do like to cook. I just don't have time right now. So that's probably going to be my choice in the spring after I graduate. Here are my references. I hope you've learned some things about these meal prep services as an alternative to traditional grocery shopping and the cost involved. And I welcome any questions you have in Blackboard on the discussion board. Thanks for your time.